By flying the next day, Junior was sleeping as usual, mainly because he kept on having some visions lately. Ruby, of course, was bringing it to him. She was reading a book. She was always wondering, why was Junior always sleeping? Luckily, Gorgier came into the scene and saw what was kind of going on. Hey, Ruby. Oh, hey, Gargier. How have you been? I've been fine. What are you doing? Just reading a book about Godzilla's and... Well, Junior is obviously asleep again. Why is he always sleeping? Gargier could not with a smile. It's because, Ruby, being king of the monsters is very, very tiring for him. Even with this whole war thing going on between us and King Ghidorah's army, this war, or besides the war, and being king of the monsters, it's not that easy for him. So you gotta think. And plus, when you're a queen, you'll probably understand what Junior has to go through. You wanna know what happened when his father... Wanna know what happened when his father was king of the monsters still? Oh God, what happened? His father was gone for 5 days and came back home the next day and just fell asleep for 2 long weeks. That's how hard being king of the monsters is. Ruby's eyes were wide and her mouth dropped. Seriously? Why is king of the monsters so hard? Well, besides of just keeping everything in order and keeping the balance in nature, there's one thing that's more hard. If you thought human kings or leaders of different kingdoms have a hard time on leading their kingdoms, you have no idea what it's like. What's it like to be a king of the monsters? Besides keeping the whole world in balance, there are some kaiju that you gotta keep in. There are some kaiju that you gotta keep in line. Basically, you gotta keep them in check. Make sure they're not doing anything stupid. Like one time, Heisei Goji battled Skila, the giant spider that's responsible for being Antarctica, sort of balanced. How is that? Because her species can actually kind of create ice and snow. Oh, that's interesting. But why was Skila fighting him? Well, Skila was trying to get a nuclear bomb that was under the water. And Heisegoji tried to reason with her to leave it alone. So Heisegoji had to give her a good fight before that. Before she decided to give up and just leave the nuke alone. And then what happened after that? Well, he went to go solve a fight between... Well, he went to, of course... He went to... He went to Behemoth's territory and saw that Amalak, I think. Amalak? Who the frick? He's one of the new kaiju. You haven't heard of him? No? Anyways, Amalak challenged Behemoth over the Amazon rainforest. But instead of interrupting the fight, my husband decided to sit back and relax to see who he helped. Of course, Amalak put up a good fight to Behemoth. There was no way Behemoth was strong enough to fight back. So Amalak tried to kinda eat Behemoth by dragging him into the water. But my husband showed up and kinda ended the fight. And reminded Amalak who was boss. Then later after that, he was attacked by a giant frickin' Dunculosity, or a giant fish kaiju. I don't remember what its name. Or I don't even know. I'm not even sure if it has a name. But it kind of looks like a Dunculosius, but more bigger and more different. More kaiju-ish. Basically, he had to solve a lot of kaiju problems. It was just difficult for him. So, yeah, it was hard for Heisegoji. I never imagined being King of Monsters was, well, that troubling. And plus, there were some humans trying to capture Nakika, that giant octopus kaiju? Yeah, or what you preferred to him as, or what you preferred her as, the Kraken, basically. But we like to call her Nakika for short. Why is it that mankind wants to use kaiju as weapons? They're just animals. Well, because as we're more ancient than they are, we've been on this planet for a long period of time. So, yeah. being king of the monsters is very, very tough. Never imagined being king of monsters was a very difficult task. And it's not just about keeping the whole world in balance. It's about keeping mankind, the kaiju. It's about keeping all of that in balance. Jesus. That must be one hard job. This has been going on from generation after generation. Whoever was the king of the monsters had to experience the very same thing what their ancestor had to do. Starting to understand? Yeah, I'm starting to understand the whole thing. Wow. And what will my role as Queen of the Monsters will be? Well, your role as Queen of the Monsters, if you ever end up marrying my son, your role as Queen of the Monsters to help my son keep the calm and peace between the Monster Kingdom and, well, mankind. And of course, you'll have to of course, while my son will be doing all the majority of the dirty work, you'll have to be doing half the work by keeping most of the kaiju calm about certain events. Like, for example, this war. That's what you need to do. And to ensure them that everything will be alright. Okay. Okay, I'm understanding it. And of course, the next thing is to, well, bear the king's children. Well, pretty sure Junior already did that, because I'm already pregnant. Kinda glad that he didn't got Yang and Blake pregnant. Otherwise, things will be really awkward. Yeah, things will be really awkward. Well, mainly between you and Yang. Because, well, your children are related to the same father. Blake, on the other hand, she's not really related to you, so I'm pretty sure things will kind of go fine, I guess. Oh, and of course, there's one more thing. There will be some kaiju to challenge my son for the role as Alpha, so do expect that a lot. Yeah. Or I'm kind of expecting it in the near future when I marry Ray Jr. Is he hearing any of this? Nah, he's in a deep sleep. His father didn't even hear a thing when I said. So he doesn't hear a thing. Probably because he's, well, in a very deep sleep. Basically kind of hibernating within a way. Hibernating for what? For winter? Nah, it's already winter.